Okay, welcome to the Prose Perfect Podcast. I'm Faye Messina, and this show is for authors by authors. We're having honest conversations about writing, publishing, and building a creative life. I'm here with my co-host Kenna, and today we started at the beginning, who we are and why the Prose Perfect Podcast exists.
Hi, I'm Kenna. I am so excited to be here. I used to do my own podcast series, which is actually how I met Faye. So this feels like a full circle moment for me.
All right, a little about me. I'm an author, an editor, and a publisher, and I work with writers at many stages of their careers. I've been on the creative side, the business side, and very much of the figuring it out as I go side. So we're here to try to help authors as they go.
What? You're an author. I'm an author. We're all exhausted. What do you think authors are the most tired of? Obviously it's different for everyone, right? Everyone's writing journey is unique. But if you had to take a guess, what do you think most indie writers are just done with?
The pressure to be everything for their business. We write, we market, we publish, and then we still have to grow a platform and market, which I hate marketing. It is the bane of my existence. So
Yeah.
this podcast is meant to be a space where we talk about the real experience of being an author.
I wanted to know, because you run Prose, right? So do you feel any of that pressure, from when you're an author, transferring into your other day job, if you will?
Absolutely, because I'm not only trying to balance all of these things for myself, I'm also trying to balance all of these things for other authors, which is why I'm so grateful to have such an amazing team at Prose who makes it not drive me crazy.
Yeah.
So, Kenna is such an important part of the show and Prose. I would really like you to take a minute to tell us about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm an author myself. I'm working on my first true novel. I've published two poetry books, working on my third coming out later this month actually. I edit for Prose. I've actually been the editor since pretty much the beginning, since March of last year, which is just so surreal to me. So getting to watch this company grow from just the two of us to our entire team, it just makes me so happy. My life is so full of joy. I'm currently in college, so I do edit part-time. I am getting my associates in English Lit to go into the editing and publishing world as my big girl corporate job. I'm really excited about that. I'm actually supposed to graduate in December, so hopefully that pans out. And thank you. And I am and have been an avid reader of romance for a good 6 years now. I think I really dove headfirst into reading when the pandemic, I've always enjoyed reading, but when the world is shut down and you're struggling with mental health and physical health, you turn to romance, I think. So yeah, I'm very excited to see where everything goes with this. And I know we've got some pretty big goals for 2026, so pretty exciting.
Same. I am so excited.
I think we
And
got
that
this.
I do too.
I
We
think we
definitely
do.
have to. And that is why I'm so excited to have you as part of this podcast and part of the team. You have been on all sides of it, reader, writer, editor, and I hope that we can just give authors out there. So,
Yeah, just a little home, a little space.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. So the Prose Perfect podcast exists because there's a huge gap between what authors are told writing life looks like and what it actually looks like.
There is so much advice you can find online on Reddit forums, on Instagram and TikTok, but that's all it is advice. There's no honesty, or there's very little honesty behind it. I think the writer life has been put into this little box of aesthetic, and that's what people are like, oh, I need to be an aesthetic writer, a perfect writer, have all these fancy notebooks, when that's really not the case, and it's
Yes.
frustrating. Yeah.
But yeah, we want to talk about publishing marketing burnout and
And I think it's really important to reiterate that this is by authors for other authors. Like, we're not trying to talk like at you and be like, this is what you need to do to be successful. We're trying to talk with you, maybe help you figure out a game plan, like make it so you don't feel as like overwhelmed, alone, and stressed out in this bizarro world that we've decided to join.
Yes. Exactly. So on the Prose Perfect podcast, you'll hear solo episodes where we talk about craft and our careers, and then you'll also hear guest conversations with authors, editors, and industry professionals. And you'll hear behind the scenes discussions about what it really takes to build a writing life that doesn't burn you out.
And like our conversations when we have like when we're texting, when we're doing like our pros group meetings, everything will be supportive, honest, and practical. None of this like insane like you have to write 2 million words a day and then you've got writing figured out. There's no fluff. There is no pretending we have everything figured out, because I mean, we don't. You can't figure out something that is an ever changing craft. You know what I mean?
Yes, for sure. We want you to leave each episode feeling encouraged and a little less alone. If the Prose Perfect podcast sounds like the kind of conversation you've been craving, we'd love for you to subscribe and stick around.
And
sorry, this is your line. I just
no, you're good. You're good. And if you ever think, wow, I wish they would talk about blah 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 blah, whatever subject you want, we want to hear about that. We want to know what you guys want to know.
You can find us at our website, Instagram, or Substack, and we'll be back next week talking about what no one really tells you about building a writing career. Thank you for being here. This is just the beginning.
Love you guys.
Okay.